everyone. My name is Anna. Welcome to Data Minds podcast. I'm here in front of SmartCat. And last but not least is James from Superchain. Hi, James.
Hiya.
How do you like Belgrade and Data Science Conference? Is this your first time here?
So I actually lived in Belgrade about 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm not a local, but I do very much
Almost
enjoy it.
local.
Maybe one day, yeah.
Englishman in New York.
Yes, very good analogy there. Yeah, it's a perfect one. But yeah, and the Data Science Conference for us has been really great because, we're a data provider. It's great to just talk to people. And also, we're in Web3 and crypto, which is a very insular and isolated industry. So it's great for us to reach out and talk to normal businesses, basically.
And what for were you living in Belgrade? Was it due to some job or?
I moved here during COVID because basically...
You live here now also?
Yeah, I live here now, yeah. So basically my girlfriend at the time lived in Moscow and I wanted to travel there. I actually recently got married in
congratulations.
Serbia. So,
congratulations.
Yeah, so it definitely was the right move to move here so we could be together. So
great.
It's nice that paid off.
Great. And your company, Superchain, now it's clear why it has chain in name.
Yes.
I suppose you're working in blockchain industry, and what are the details of it?
Sure, yeah. So in crypto, there's a lot of problems with crypto. But we've picked one to solve, which is to basically make the data very easy to use and access. And this should enable a lot of use cases in terms of providing more context to data, more granular access. So, and those things basically mean that users are better informed. So a concrete example is that when a user goes to trade in crypto today, they are often quoted the price now.
Okay.
They don't know the history of that price.
Okay.
So it's really
How
difficult.
it fluctuated.
Right, exactly. And it's kind of like a swing in the dark. You don't know why or what happened before.
And it's a great topic because people who are investing in crypto, I suppose they need to do a thorough research in order to know which crypto is good or not good for investing. And with history data, you can know it easier, better, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's a really good example. And even me personally, I find it very difficult to know what value some tokens have and why they exist even. There's a lot of bad projects out there. There are some really good ones. And it's a challenge. And if you don't have any data to support your argument, then you're never going to be able to pick anything. So.
Yeah, and I think since we live in 21st century and since we're in IT, our decisions need to be data-driven. I'm not sure how anybody decides anything now without data. And it's like, as you said, some being in the dark and trying to find the light. Yeah. And for how long does your startup exist?
So we've been running for about 2 years. So we've raised external capital. We've got a team of 13 people. Kind of across Europe. Yeah. Just been building, and we've recently started to give our product to people to use. So it was only
So you have some early adopters.
Yes. Yeah.
And raising funds and pitching for investments, what's your experience in it? How was it challenging for you, and who is the frontman for that?
Yeah, so that's my role. So I get the pleasure of being the CEO and founder. And effectively, we've raised 2 rounds of investment, and crypto is very sensitive to the overall market. So the first one was pretty easy, but it was like a big risk, but it's big return, so it's okay. But then the second round did take a long time. It took about 6 months to close, and that was due to things like FTX and other stuff, which is a kind of basically people doing really, really bad things, and that affected investor confidence. But we were able to raise, and it was difficult, and the whole process is designed to be difficult. So
legally, also in matter of time, I suppose.
It's more like negotiation and especially as the scale that we're at is quite large, which means that investors want to have like a really good understanding of your business, of you, and the due diligence, etc. And that just can take time. And if investors believe they can take time to do that due diligence, then they will, basically, because it's in their interest.
And who are your users? Who is your target group?
So we actually have quite a broad target group. I mean, obviously we're here at the Data Science Conference, so we're talking a lot to data scientists. But in terms of our current client base, we are looking more at like hedge funds in crypto specifically, but also for what are called DApps or decentralized applications. Because currently it's actually very hard to build an application in crypto that keeps the great properties that crypto has about trust, transparency, decentralization. And in fact, we're basically the only product on the market that can give you that. So although today we're testing stuff basically, next year we'll be launching a fully decentralized network that I couldn't make it lie to you basically. Mm-hmm.
So it's more B2B business, right?
Yeah, or B to protocol as we like to call it, but yeah, absolutely, it's B2B. We have built some demo B2C type applications, but it definitely isn't our focus. Mm-hmm. We've done those more as examples to prove what can be done when high quality data is available. Mm-hmm. So we really care about user experience. That's why we've done what we've done. So it makes sense to take it all the way to the end there.
And talking about user experience, how do you detect problems or points for improvement now that you have early adopters?
Basically, we spend a lot of time with our customers. Data is a funny one because it's, I might make an assumption where I think it's great for a customer and the customer kind of turns around and goes, actually, I need X, Y. So with us, we're quite a manual process in that we are constantly talking with customers. We help them with integration. I think this is like what a lot of younger companies do. Although we're old, we did a lot of R&D before we got in front of customers. Which is just the nature of the problem that we're solving. So for us, it's much more, how do we create great collaboration with our customers and partners, as opposed to kind of like sign up on the internet, put your email address in, and now you've lost contact or they don't care about you. We like to handhold, we like to be part of that process. Mm-hmm.
It's good to be close to them, to see them using your product.
Yeah.
And regarding these new hot topics, Gen AI as maybe something that blockchain was a few years ago. How do you look at it? Can it help you in your business?
So AI is something that I've been passionately interested in. I actually had a machine learning startup many years ago, of when AI first was a big buzzword.
And what was it about?
We were just trying to make the user experience of AI better, like drag and drop models, easy to deploy APIs. Okay. Now those things are very well satisfied in the market, which I'm thankful to say. It's actually much easier to use AI these days. We supply data to people training mostly LLMs for things like classification, and also user experience examples like instead of going to a website and making a trade, you can kind of ask, go make this trade for me, and it will perform that on your behalf. Mm-hmm. Crypto lends itself to that for a host of different reasons, mainly that you can check the output before you run it, which is nice. Whereas LLMs, when they lie, they can lie pretty badly. Yeah. So it's kind of fun, but we don't do that ourselves. We supply data to a variety of partners. We've got one that's hoping we're going to close the deal on, and they'll be using us to power their AI agents.
It's a great thing to hear, and it's interesting to combine those two.
Yeah. One thing that, this is more of a passionate interest. It's slightly unrelated in some ways to Superchain, but it's about DePIN, which is decentralized physical infrastructure. Mm-hmm. And it's a very buzzwordy thing, but effectively it takes IoT devices and puts them on blockchains.
Oh.
And so there can be really cool things like where you can build insurance financial primitives on top of sensor data. So for example, say you insure your farm against rainfall and there's a load of rain sensors on the blockchain, you could go out to the market to get insurance for that, and instead of taking middlemen through banks, etc.
Okay. So, and what do you run on those IoTs? You run, is it wallet for the farm or?
IoT, there could be a variety of IoT devices.
But what do you deploy on them? What do you run on them?
So you'd run like a piece of software that effectively signs that that device at that time produced that data.
Okay.
This is still an emerging idea. It's just, I think it's very a powerful intersection because for insurance, you can use AI to do like basic type insurance appraisals. So you could kind of close the loop between sensors, blockchain, and then into AI, and then you can kind of actually build a really cool use case. That's kind of where we're focused, is like not just to enable like rampant speculation in crypto, but actually to enable real use cases like day to day.
Yeah, great. Thank you, James, for amazing talk. Would you like to add something for the end?
No, thank you very much for having me, and just really happy to be here at the Data Science Conference. So.
Thank you. We will leave Superchain links and your link down below, so if anybody is interested in blockchain and what you're doing can follow you. And thanks everybody for watching.